All right, today we are talking about a totally new way to think about work in the age of AI. It's a framework that promises a way out of that hustle culture burnout we all know so well. It's called the Flex AI Framework, and it's all about a huge shift in how we do things. So let's dive in. So let me just ask you something. Do you ever look around at all the tech, all the apps, all the tools that are supposed to make you super productive, but you just feel more drained than ever? If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. It's this weird paradox that tells us the old way of working is just broken. And that broken model? Yeah, it's got a name: hustle culture. For years, the whole mantra was just do more, grind harder, right? But now we're seeing the results. And for so many people, it didn't lead to breakthroughs. It led straight to burnout. I mean, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? We were promised more productivity, but what we got was burnout. We were promised more intelligence from our tools, but instead we just got more distraction. And the promise of all this amazing leverage, well, that turned into pure exhaustion. We're not talking about a small gap here. This is a massive disconnect between what our tools could do and what we're actually experiencing every day. And here's the real kicker. The old way of working has us totally stuck in the weeds. We spend all our time just managing to-do lists, checking boxes, and acting like task managers instead of building out a real vision. All that focus on the small stuff keeps us from ever getting to the deep, meaningful work that actually moves the needle. So this is where the Flex framework comes in. It suggests a pretty radical shift away from all that endless striving. The whole goal isn't to become some perfect productivity machine. The goal is to find what they call authentic alignment and win at just being you. This is the absolute core of the whole philosophy. Winning isn't about piling on more life hacks or downloading another app. It's about completely reframing what success even is. It says that real success comes from aligning your work with who you actually are, not from the sheer number of tasks you can cram into a day. Okay, so this whole framework is built on three really powerful ideas. First up is authenticity, the idea that you just can't win playing someone else's game. You have to play your own. Second is reverse engineering. You have to start with the end goal, with the vision, and then work your way backward. And third, there's this concept of optimal challenge. You know, that sweet spot for growth where a task is just hard enough to stretch you, maybe about 4% harder than what you can do now, but not so hard that it totally overwhelms you. All right, so that's the big picture thinking. But how does this actually work day to day? Well, now we're going to break down the four pillars that actually give the framework its name: FLX. So here they are. You've got find flow, leverage large language models, or LLMs, eliminate emotional expense, and execute. Each of these is designed to lock in with the others to create this really powerful system for doing focused, high-impact work. Let's start with F, for find flow. You got to think of flow as the engine that powers everything else. It's that state of deep, deep focus where you're just in the zone, doing your absolute best work almost effortlessly. The framework argues this isn't some nice-to-have luxury. It's a completely non-negotiable part of high performance. Next up, L is for leverage LLMs. And listen, this is a really important distinction. AI is not a magic wand to do your thinking for you. It's a multiplier. The Flex approach says you bring your own unique ideas and your perspective to the table first, and then you use AI as a partner to amplify and speed up that vision. Then we have E, for eliminate emotional expense. Now, this might be the most powerful and maybe the most overlooked piece of this whole puzzle. It's all about recognizing and just refusing to pay that hidden tax of worry, of overthinking, of working on stuff that just drains your soul. It's a huge energy leak that holds so many people back. And finally, X is for execute. But this isn't what you think. It's not about having some flawless 100-page plan before you start. It's about building a rhythm. It's about consistent action, running small experiments, learning from them, and trying again. It's all about progress over perfection. So when you put all these pieces together, FLEX, you start to realize something really important. This framework isn't really designed to optimize your time. It's designed to manage your energy. And in this new era, energy is the real currency. The big idea here is that the number one thing holding us back isn't a packed calendar. It's all the energy we waste on unproductive emotions and work that isn't aligned with us.
The argument is that if you can just plug that one leak, your ability to do incredible work just expands like crazy. And you can really see the difference when you put them side by side like this. Hustle culture that runs on willpower, right? And we all know willpower runs out. But Flex runs on alignment, which is like a renewable energy source. Where hustle culture might see AI as a silver bullet, Flex sees it as a multiplier for your own brain. And maybe most important of all, hustle is all about managing tasks. Flex is about managing your energy. Okay, so what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through a quick example of what it means to adopt this as, well, a new way of operating.
So, picture an entrepreneur. Before trying something like Flex, they're just drowning in admin. Their energy is totally zapped by logistics. But after applying the framework, they use AI to automate a lot of those tasks, and that frees them up to focus on the big picture vision and strategy, the work that only they can do. The result? You go from chaos to clarity. You get real, exponential progress.
And that's really the perfect way to think about it. The creators call Flex a new operating system. It's not just a bunch of tips. It's a fundamental upgrade to how you think, how you work, and how you create in a world that is just flooded with AI and information.
So in the end, it really comes down to a choice. You can keep running on that old, broken operating system of hustle, or you can make the shift to one that's built for alignment, for energy, and for authentic impact. So the question this framework leaves us with is a big one. The future belongs to those who stop hustling and start aligning. The only question is, will you?